ABC, it is Old Metal Rocker 65 here with the weekly six-pack. This is week 11. Last week I said week 11, it was week 10. Made sure I had the right week, so we are up to date on week 11, and I got some good stuff for you guys here. Probably some, maybe those, maybe never heard of. Some older stuff. Yeah, it's going to be a great six-pack to start off here. We're going to start with the band out of Australia, actually. And actually, I take that back. Canada. And this one here, this band's been around, I want to say going on almost 10 years now. But let's see, yeah, it's coming up on just about 10 years. They formed in 2000, what was it, 15, so just about 2 years now. And they consider their music more heavy metal, thrash, but I think the perfect genre for them is their own, which I would call alien metal. Their music is all about aliens, spacecraft, other worlds, actual aliens landing. I kind of come across this band probably about 8-9 years ago, and they come out with their first album, which is in 2016, and I loved it. Kind of obscure indie releases mostly, and they have 3 full-length albums. I do have one on vinyl, which this week is vinyl, so the vinyl 6-pack. And I'm going to go with this one here. It's the only one I have on vinyl. I think this is the only one that is out on vinyl. From Canada, a band called Allagash, which I call alien metal. I mean, this is called Cryptic Visions. And it's just killer. It is definitely heavy metal, but again, their main focus on songwriting is about aliens and the other world. So, but it's on black vinyl, but killer stuff. And like I said, 3 albums, self-titled. This one was their second, and Dark Future. Some of these are hard to get even on CD nowadays. But anyway, Allagash to start off. 1 in the weekly 6-pack. Up next, this is actually a very hard album to come by. These guys only did 2 albums, and they were around when Headbangers Ball was around, but these guys got lumped into another genre of metal, and I really actually love these guys. I think they put out some killer heavy metal. You know, these guys been around since, what was it, 80s, late 80s, and they come out with, let's see, what is it? They come out with Pigs, and then, of course, they have this one here, the Asphalt Ballet. This is a very rare, hard album to find. I found 2 copies of this, actually. I sold one, or in trade, to another VCLT member. And if you're watching, you know who you are. But yeah, I mean, this is just killer stuff. I mean, I don't know why they did not make it bigger than they should have been. But they did, I think, 2 videos on Headbangers Ball. I think one of them was called Tuesday's Rain, and the other one, I believe, was called Soul Survive. But they had, this is, let's see, what is this on? Oh, I don't see it. Well, it's an import actually, but hard to get. Very rare, one of my rare albums I do have in my collection, but Asphalt Ballet, their best album, of course, their self-titled album, but pick it up. And that was number 2. Number 3 comes from a band out of, let's see here, I believe they are out of Germany. And if you've ever heard Attic, just think King Diamond. Very similar vocal stylings of this band out of Germany. They've been around since 2010, still going around. They have 3 full lengths. This is the first one I have. And it's actually not about a bad album at all. It definitely has that King Diamond vocal going on. This is Attic and Invocation, which came out in 2012. But heavy metal, you know, if you like King Diamond, you'll definitely like Attic. 3 albums, like I say, Invocation, which is this, Sanctimonious, and Return of the Witchfinder. So, killer stuff here from Attic. Number 3 in the weekly 6-pack. Yeah, getting close to Christmas here. What are we, about 2.5 weeks away, 2 weeks away almost? Of course, it's a short jump from Thanksgiving since it was so late this year to Christmas. I think there's not even 25 days in between. But anyway, well, there was, obviously. But anyway, it's shorter than normal. So, anyway, it's creeping up. Hope you got your shopping done. Number 4 in the weekly 6-pack comes from a band out of Cleveland, Ohio. A hot spot for killer heavy metal. You know, there's pockets of this country where there are cities that are just killer hotbeds for heavy metal. Cleveland is one of them. Portland, Oregon is one of them. Seattle, of course, LA, San Francisco, New York, you know, the bigger cities, you know. And this was kind of a surprise for me when I bought this. I really didn't know what to expect. Their only full length. It's a colorful album, I'll tell you that much. It's a killer album. Thrash, death metal, not really. Oh man, I hate when that happens. Slips right out. Ah. So anyway, their first full length, and this is from the band Atomic Witch. Came out. Well, they've been around since 2016. This came out in 2022. I mean, just killer. Look at that. I mean, killer cover. Death thrash. I do like death thrash. I'm not a death metal fan, but when it's mixed with thrash and it's not very growly, I like it. That's what this is right here. Killer stuff. Number 4. Number 5 comes from another Atomic. And I believe, yeah, these guys are on the FHM record label. There's a few bands on this label. Hard to get this stuff over in the States. You got to basically get it overseas. Anyway, this band comes out of Florida. Heavy power metal. But I do believe some of these members are also intermixed with, whoops, hang on, are intermixed with Siren, I believe. Then again, maybe not. I thought there was 1 or 2. Anyway, doesn't matter. This band, like I say, from Florida, called Atomic Opera. You know, heavy power metal, heavy metal, whatever you want to call it. Like I say, they're on the FHM label. They've only issued 100 of these. I got 2015, or number 15 of 100. And this came out in 2021, Time Warp. Not sure if you could still get these, but being this is a kind of an obscure label, probably. But it's on orange, you can see that a little bit here. But just some killer stuff. I don't know how to, maybe similar to Siren. And then you probably like Atomic Opera. That is number 5 in the weekly 6-pack. Number 6. We is going to go way down under for this band. This came out in 1990. And they're actually still present. They reformed in 2020 and are doing music. But this band is called Armored Angel. And Communion, this is an EP. And thrash, speed metal, thrash, whatever you want to classify them, but they've been around quite a long time. 84, I think they were formed. You know, and then they quit, and then they reformed in 2020. So they have a few demos out, a couple EPs, one full-length, Angel of the Sixth Order, and they're on a couple of compilations, which includes this album, and Wings of Death. But killer stuff. Check them out. I'll leave all links below for all these bands, and if you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave comments below. And like I say, if you hit the like button, you'll get updates of new videos. And anyway, thanks for joining. This is week 11 of the weekly 6-pack. We'll see you next time on the weekly 6-pack. Take care, everybody. Keep it heavy.